What if I told you that your daily cup of coffee was once discovered by accident by a goat? Yes, one of the most popular drinks in the world started with a strange story in the mountains of Africa. But what happened next turned coffee into a global obsession worth billions of dollars. Long ago, in the highlands of Ethiopia, there lived a goat herder named Kaldi. One day, Kaldi noticed something strange. His goats were acting very energetic. They were jumping, running, and refusing to sleep at night. Curious, Kaldi decided to observe them closely. He soon discovered that the goats were eating red berries from a certain tree. Kaldi picked some of these berries and decided to try them himself. After eating the berries, he felt more awake and full of energy. Excited by this discovery, Kaldi took the berries to a nearby monastery. But the monks were not impressed at first.
The monks at the monastery did not trust the berries at first. Some of them believed that these strange red fruits could be dangerous. One monk even threw the berries into the fire, thinking they were evil. But something unexpected happened. As the berries burned, a rich and pleasant aroma filled the air. The smell was so inviting that the monks became curious. They quickly took the roasted beans out of the fire and crushed them. Then they mixed them with hot water. For the first time in history, coffee was created. The monks drank the liquid and soon realized something amazing. It helped them stay awake during long hours of prayer. From that moment, coffee became an important part of their daily life. Over time, the knowledge of coffee began to spread beyond Ethiopia. Traders carried coffee beans across the Red Sea to Yemen. There, coffee started to grow in popularity. Yemen became the first place where coffee was widely cultivated and traded. In the city of Mocha, coffee became a valuable product. In fact, the word mocha that we use today comes from this historic place. Coffee was not just a drink anymore. It became a business. In Yemen, people started to roast and brew coffee in more advanced ways. They created the first real coffee drink similar to what we know today. Soon, coffee houses began to appear. These places were called Kave Khane. They quickly became popular social centers where people gathered to talk, share ideas, and relax. Coffee houses spread across the Middle East, especially in places like Persia, Egypt, and the Ottoman Empire. These coffee houses were very different from ordinary places. People would sit together, discuss politics, play games, listen to music, and exchange knowledge. Because of this, coffee houses became known as schools of the wise. However, not everyone liked the growing popularity of coffee. Some rulers feared that people gathering in coffee houses could become dangerous. They thought these meetings might lead to rebellion or political problems. As a result, coffee was banned several times in different regions. But no matter how many times it was banned, people continued to drink it. Coffee had already become too popular to stop. By the 1600s, coffee reached Europe. At first, Europeans were unsure about this new drink. Some people even called it the bitter invention of Satan. But soon, everything changed. Coffee houses began to open in major cities like London, Paris, and Vienna. These places became extremely popular. Just like in the Middle East, European coffee houses became centers of discussion, learning, and business. In fact, many important ideas were born in these coffee houses. Writers, scientists, and businessmen gathered there to share knowledge. Coffee had another important effect. Before coffee became popular, many people in Europe drank alcohol even during the day. But coffee changed that habit. It made people more alert, focused, and productive. Some historians believe that coffee played a role in the growth of modern society. As demand for coffee increased, European countries wanted to grow it themselves. But there was one problem. Arab traders were very protective of coffee plants. They did not allow fertile seeds to leave their region. Still, some travelers managed to secretly take coffee plants out of Arabia. The Dutch were among the first to successfully grow coffee in other parts of the world. They planted coffee in their colonies, especially in Indonesia. Soon, coffee farming spread to other regions like India, the Caribbean, and South America. Coffee plantations began to grow rapidly. Large farms were created to produce coffee on a massive scale. This helped make coffee more available to people around the world. However, it also came with a darker side. Many plantations used forced labor and difficult working conditions. This part of coffee's history is often forgotten, but it is very important to remember. By the 1800s, coffee had become one of the most valuable products in global trade. Countries like Brazil became major producers of coffee. Even today, Brazil is one of the largest coffee producers in the world.
In the United States, coffee became especially popular after the Boston Tea Party. Since tea became less common, people started drinking more coffee. Over time, coffee became a daily habit for millions of Americans.